Think state parks, and what comes to mind? Walden Pond, perhaps, or the Great Blue Hills. Wild, rejuvenating, and bucolic. But one of our state parks is hiding something a little weird and a lot creepy. The crumbling remains of an old prison camp.
It's amazing. You know, it's one of those things you never really thought would still be standing, but it still is.
Ken Lubin grew up in Rutland, and like most local teens, spent a good amount of time out here at this abandoned prison farm in the middle of a vast swath of wilderness.
There's like 23,000 acres of land. It was built in 1903, where they would bring, low-level offenders out here, and they would do all the farming for the other state prisons.
Today, Lubin comes to Rutland State Park to train. He's an adventure racer who's competed all over the world, member of a world champion obstacle race team, and a top 3 finisher in the world's toughest mudder. Lubin's thankful this creepy haunt in the middle of nowhere has had such a long run.
Oh my God, it's awesome. Not a lot of places are still out there. You would think vast land like this would be developed, but fortunately it's not.
A bit closer to Boston, another weird hole in the ground.
It's fascinating and it's mysterious.
The Acton Stone Chamber, an impressive work of engineering thought by many to be the pre-colonial work of Native Americans. Bettina Abe is with the Acton Natural Resources Department.
Is it oriented to be able to view celestial bodies? What is the connection? Did people go here to get away or maybe have meditation experience or special ceremonies? We don't know. Maybe we'll never know.
The Acton Chamber is just one of a cluster of notable old stone structures here in a short stretch of the Neshoba Brook Valley, most of them of colonial heritage. Linda McElroy sensed a critical mass for something special.
When I started, I didn't really have a vision that this thing would ever get as big as it had.
The Trail Through Time, a heritage trail spearheaded by McElroy and a team of Acton volunteers. A loop trail leads hikers on a woodland path past colonial cellar holes, ceremonial Native American stone structures, even the remains of a 19th century pencil factory.
Gradually, that became the theme, which I hadn't intended in the beginning, of how a particular small piece of land had served 2 different cultural groups successively over maybe more than 1,000 years.
Even though these ancient sites are never far from modern-day suburbia, visitors should come prepared.
The trail is 2 miles long. It's within 700 acres of contiguous conservation land and many miles of trails. So they should allow enough time in the day before dark falls, wear proper attire, and always be aware of ticks.
And as always, when wandering the woods of New England, don't be surprised if you stumble on some weird stuff in the woods.
You never know what you're gonna find.
There is no doubt that the Acton Stone Chamber was used in colonial times for storage or as a root cellar, but all indications are that it is much older than that. The most likely explanations point to Native American origins, but there are other theories as well. And if you would like to visit Acton's Trail Through Time, check our website for links to parking and trail information. That is Chronicle 4 tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Shayna Seymour. We see you back here tomorrow night. Good night, everyone.